Most people think of smartphones as luxury items, costing hundreds and hundreds of dollars and completely burning a hole in your wallet. But what if it didn't have to? Well, that's exactly what Alcatel OneTouch is trying to do. I'm Sawyer Timko with TechieGrad, and this is our review of the Alcatel OneTouch Idol 3. The Idol 3 features a pretty basic plastic design, but that doesn't mean it's not good. The phone is surprisingly thin and incredibly light. The right side of the phone features the volume rocker. The bottom has a microphone and micro USB charging port, and the left side has the power button and SIM tray. The power button being in the top right is a little awkward because the phone is relatively large, but it does feature double tap to wake, so you don't need to use the power button if you don't want to. The octa-core Snapdragon 615 chip in the Idol 3 is great for daily needs, but you may notice a bit of choppiness in some demanding games. One of the big selling features for the Idol 3 is that the UI is completely reversible. There are even two microphones so that you can accept calls no matter the orientation of the phone. I found myself taking the phone out of my pocket upside down all the time and not even realizing it. Hands down, the best part about this phone is the price. It's only $250 unlocked. That's a quarter of the price of some high-end flagships. The 13-megapixel camera on the Idol 3 looks good in well-lit areas, but the story is different for darker places. The camera app on the Idol 3 is impressive in that you have a lot of control over what the camera does. The 8-megapixel front-facing camera is surprisingly good for the price of this phone. The Idol 3 has a big, bright, 5.5-inch 1080p panel, which has good viewing angles. The screen is better than a lot of phones that cost much more than it. The front-facing speakers are also really loud and have good sound quality. So, what's the Idol 3 missing? Though the list is short, the Idol 3 doesn't feature all of the things that make flagships what they are, such as quick charging and lightning-fast processors. But are these few features really worth the extra $500 that a flagship phone would cost? Well, that's up to you. Though the Idol 3 looks like it's heavily skinned, really the only things that are different about it from stock Android 5.0 Lollipop are the app icons, lock screen, and a few other small tweaks. Depending on how many bright colors you like, it may look a bit childish to some people. The 2,910 mAh battery on the Idol 3 performs great. I could easily get through my most intense days, and sometimes squeeze through 2. You can count on the Idol 3 in the battery department. In the end, it seems like the point of all these budget phones that come out is to hide the fact that the phone is cheaper than other flagships, and I think that Alcatel OneTouch did a good job on hiding the budgetness of the Idol 3. It checks off all of the things you need on a daily basis, and still gives you some of that premium feeling that you strive for when buying a smartphone. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.